Welcome to the Chemical Textured Services course. In this course, you will learn about permanent waves, relaxers, curl reformation services, and the procedures and safety precautions associated with these chemical texture services. By the end of this course, you will be able to describe how permanent waves, relaxers, and curl reformation services change the appearance of the hair, list topics to discuss during the client consultation, identify 6 characteristics of the hair and scalp analyzed before performing chemical texture services. Describe the chemical similarities and differences between permanent waves, relaxers, and curl reformation services. Explain the physical and chemical actions of these processes. Identify types of perm rods and end wrapping techniques. Define on base, half off base, and off base rod placement. Identify 2 types of chemical relaxers. Explain the difference between base and no base relaxers. List 3 strand tests to perform before a chemical relaxing process. Explain the 3 steps of a curl reformation process. And describe the intended outcomes of texturizer and chemical blowout services. The more knowledge and skills you have, the more services you can offer your clients in the barbershop, giving you added versatility as a barber. Knowing how to perform permanent waves, chemical relaxers, and curl reformations increase the amount of money you can make. Understanding when to suggest a chemical texture service helps build loyalty with your clients and confidence in your professional skills. Proper use of chemical services prevent damage, hair loss, and harm to clients and yourself. Chemical texture services use chemicals to change the natural straightness or curliness of hair into a new wave pattern. These services include permanent waving, chemical relaxing, and curl reformation. Permanent waving is a process used to chemically restructure natural hair into different wave patterns. It involves wrapping the hair on perm rods and applying a wave solution and neutralizer to produce permanent changes. Chemical hair relaxing rearranges the basic structure of over curly hair into a straighter hair form. This process involves the application of a relaxer cream and neutralizer to achieve the desired straightness. Curl reformation, also known as soft curl perm, is a process used to restructure very curly hair into larger curl patterns. This service provides an alternative to clients who want to manage their curls better. Open communication during a client consultation helps determine the client's desires and past experiences with textured services. Analyzing the scalp and hair helps decide the suitability of a chemical texture service and the type of products to use. The analysis include examining hair porosity, texture, elasticity, density, length, and growth pattern. These characteristics influence the processing time and outcome of the chemical texture service. Chemical texture services involves 2 principal actions on the hair: physical and chemical. The physical action involves wrapping the hair on rods, while the chemical action involves breaking and reforming the hair's bonds to achieve the desired texture. The permanent wave process includes wrapping the hair on perm rods, applying waving solution, processing the hair, and neutralizing. The size and shape of the curl are determined by the perm rod used. Types of permanent waves include alkaline perms, true acid waves, acid balanced waves, exothermic waves, ammonia-free waves, thiol-free waves, and low pH waves. Each type has specific characteristics and uses. Chemical hair relaxers include thiol and hydroxide relaxers. Thiol relaxers use ammonia thioglycate, while hydroxide relaxers include sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, lithium hydroxide, and guanidine hydroxide. Each type requires specific procedures and safety precautions. Curl reformation is a three-step process that restructures very curly hair into looser curls. It involves applying a rearranger, wrapping the hair on rods, and applying a neutralizer to set the new curl pattern. Texturizers and chemical blowouts are used to manage and style very curly hair. Texturizers loosen the curl pattern, while chemical blowouts provides a smoother, more manageable texture. Safety precautions include proper handling of chemicals, using protective equipment, following manufacturer instructions, and performing strand tests. Ensuring safety is crucial for both the barber and the client. In conclusion, mastering chemical texture services involves understanding the basics, practicing various techniques, and ensuring client safety. These skills help provide high quality services and maintain the professionalism of barbering.